Hello and welcome, my name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today and thank you for joining me for our final card in this week's stamp set of the week, Changing Leaves. So it's not just our final card, but it's also our Sketch Friday, which is the sketch on page 22 of the annual catalogue, and we're on number 11, which is crease. It's just this one down here in the bottom. Let's see if I can bring it up to the camera so people can see what I'm talking about. Oh, come on, you can do it. So basically it's a, there we go, look at that, it came around eventually. So it is a piece of cardstock that's cut into two and then two small pieces and then a focal piece up here for sentiment, but I have put my interpretation on it as normal and have used the leaves instead. So as you can see, I've taken the embossing folder, cut it in half and then cut off the top before adding the leaves. Okay, so let's bring in the supplies and we can go through it today. Right, okay, so I've cut myself a piece for sentiment using our die. Then I've got, so the colours I have are, she says, so I've got the lemon lime twist. So these are the lemon lime twists. Then I've used shaded spruce for the leaves. So I've got shaded spruce there. And I've got another leaf there, which I shall stick out in a minute. And then there's two there. That is the cutout for, excuse me, there we go, that one there. Then I have my piece of cardstock, which is in pumpkin pie, which measures 8 inches by 5 3/4. I have a layering piece which is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I have the same for the inside layer, and then I have 3 pieces of scrap. So this is lemon lolly, peach pie, and this is calypso coral, and they will cut out the leaves for me. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we're going to take our embossing folder. We are going to pop our piece of cardstock in, bring it down, and then we're going to run it through the embossing cut machine, and I will be straight back. Right, so I've run that through, so there's our first piece. So what we want to do now is, this is where this comes in to its own with the die. So it's got a bit of white there. I'm just going to pick that out. Come on, you come on. Thank you very much. Right. So what we're going to do is, I would like to have 3 different coloured leaves for my bouquet of leaves. Okay. So I'm going to use this calypso coral for the big leaf, so I'm going to cover it up like so. Okay, then I'm going to use the peach pie for the second leaf, which is there, and then I'm going to use my third piece, which is the lemon lolly, over there. Bringing this over. Now you will see that this, as you can see now as I've turned it over, it all matches on too. Now this I'm going to run through like this through the cut emboss machine. I would suggest maybe running it through a couple of times just to make sure that it cuts through all the layers, because in some places there are more than 1 or 2 layers. So bear with me again and we'll do that now, and I'll come straight back. Right, so I've done that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up, turn it over, and then we can take off our cut and then pick up our leaves that we're going to use. So we've got the leaf here for the calypso coral, then I've got the leaf here in the peach pie, and then this leaf here in the lemon lolly. So they can now all be thrown away. Don't want to lose that though. Put that aside for a second. So there are my 3 leaves to go with the rest of the other leaves that I've previously cut out. So what we need to do now is we need to cut this in half. So we're going to cut it into 2 1 3/4 inch strips. So 1 3/4. That will cut it in half, like so. And then I'm going to take 1 3/4 off the bottom section. Okay, so that's 1 3/4 off that bottom. Give me 2 pieces. And then I'm going to take 1 3/4 inches off the top of that one, which will give me that. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Sorry about that, that was just my husband dropping me a message. Right, so where were we? Yes, so I've taken 1 3/4 off of there as well. Right, so we've got the piece at the top, like so, and then we've got the piece at the bottom, like that. Now, with the original card, I went right up to the edges and there was quite a chunk of gap. But what I want to try and do is make it slightly smaller this time. So I'm going to take my pumpkin pie and I'm going to fold that in half. That will be at the 4-inch mark, and I'm going to burnish and with my bone folder. Not and, just burnish with my bone folder. Now, my aim is to not have it, there we go, so far apart. There's one. Oh, here we go again. It's obviously a day for things happening. Plus it would be a video. You just bear with me for a second, I'll put it on pause. And I'm back. Wow. Okay, only 7 minutes into the video and I've already had 3 interruptions. Hey ho. So this, I've just realised this is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2, whereas this one I did it at 3 1/2 by 5 1/4 because I didn't like the gap so big. So now I've got it here like so, which gives you more of the look of the number 11 that's down here, because they're actually quite close together. Right, so they can now be stuck down with the multi-purpose. I'll just pop that up there. So that's going to be, there we are, top right. And then I'm going to put that one down to the bottom, like so. Quite weird, some days I can sit here and there's never any interruption, all very quiet, all on my own, and then the minute you think I'm going to make a video, everything, all hell breaks loose. Okay, so there we go, that one, yeah. So again, add that with the I suppose it never makes a dull moment, does it really? There we go. And then my last piece just slips in the bottom down there. So I'm just making sure that this levels with this one as well. Okay. Very, very impressed with this embossing folder. Love it. It gives a really crisp image when it embosses. And I've not used it with the dies before. I know we've had a few, but this is my first time of using those with the dies, and I've really been impressed with what has come out and how it's worked. Now I've put the glue away and I'm bringing out my mini glue dots. because what I'm doing is I found that if I stuck them together like so, but just with a glue dot, it makes popping things behind it a lot easier. So let me show you what I mean. So tiny glue dot, just going to put it on the base here like so. Then I can pop it into place. There we are. So that one's sat in place. Then I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. I'm just going to put a glue dot down here. Very rarely use glue dots. That one didn't come off, it stayed there. But when I do use them, they are a boon. Okay, so that's number 2. And now I can put the third one in its place as well, and that will be just on the base of that. So everything is firmly in place thank you to the glue dot, but you can actually move it, lift up like so without any issues. So that gives me this lovely little leaf. Let me just put that aside for a second. Just poke out all the excess like so. Lots of tiny bits. If you've got one of those brushes, that would work well. There we go. So there's the leaf. There's that one. And then I've got the single leaf over here. So let's just poke those through as well. There we are. Pop those out of the way. Come on. Thank you. Just poke out the tiny bits that come out quite easily. And then you can work out where you want your leaves to go. So that one there. Then I'm probably going to have that one down there. I'm to making sure that they don't poke over the edge. Then I've got my little, these ones. So they can go, yeah, I might put that one there. There we go. That one can go into there. Then can go up here. There's only 2 of those. I'm wondering if I should have a third. There should be another one there, I think. Right, what I'm going to do is I've got a bit of scrap. See, it did say I'd cut out 3, so I wonder where the third one's gone. Ah, found it. There it is. And that one can fit down there. There, like so. And then I can pop my green in. And then what we'll do is that will go over the top like so. What I might do then is poke that one down here. It covers up the stems of the original, and then that will focus over there like so. Right, so what we need to do now is just to glue them down. So take it out, glue dot. Generally what I do is I put a glue dot over the top like so. That way when I poke it, and I poke it down here, not only will it stick to the paper, but it will stick to the leaf in front of it. So that goes down. Come on, down you go. To there. That's one. There we go. And I'm going to take this one and do exactly the same. So another glue dot there. Lift it up. Poke it down. And the same on this one. There. Oops. And then I'm going to lift this one up, and then that will go down there as well. Okay, so that's those 3 stuck down. So now we just add these ones So again, glue dot on this section. So brilliant card without having to use the stamps sets, just basically the dies. Okay, go there, that's it. Now obviously if you wanted to, you could put that one under there. There we go. And then that one's the next one to do. Great fun. You can cut out as many or as few as you like. Excuse me, there we go. And then that one, I'll lift that up like so. And then that one will stick down as well. So these are all now stuck down. So my only thought is, do I need 2 more of these, or do I use these? Oops, she said if she can pick them up. Right, I think the decision to make is to do the sentiment first. So I'm going to stamp the sentiment in pumpkin pie. That will hopefully pull in the card base. So I've got pumpkin pie ink, and then I've got the happy birthday sentiment like so. Again, it's doing that wriggly match, so let's put that there. Okay, so that will then go on there, and then I will put it across the leaves with a or 2 dimensionals, one on either side. Let's bring those over now. I'm not going to put one in the middle because obviously there's a lot of rise here. And that will go along there, like so. That doesn't look straight. Let's see if we can straighten that without. There we go, that's better. There, so that's now straight. So the issue is, do I put one under there like so, lift it up, pop that down there, and then I can maybe lift that up and do that. Yeah, I think that works. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit of bling on as well. So these 2 need glue dots. So again, on the top, lift up, poke it under. There's one. Same on this one. The only problem is they stick to my fingers. That lifts up and that goes pokes under as well. There we go. Lovely. And then the last one goes in as well at the bottom. There. And then poke that all the way there. There. No, a bit further up. There. Okay, so the next thing to do, and the final thing really to do, is to add some bling. So let me get my bling box. And I'm going to use these ones again, and I'm probably this time going to use the green version. So let's have a look. So we can do one down here. I'm using the big ones. Let's see, one over here, one here, and I like to do it in like a triangle. So I could, let's put one down here, and then hopefully that will give us the triangle version. Or does it need to go up there? Oh no, there we go, put that one there. That's how I like it. Right, so that is our version of sketch number 11 from page 22 of the annual catalogue, and it's almost like a dark winter and autumn colours there. I hope you like the colour schemes. Really quite nice though, so they do appeal to me, I have to say, and I'm really impressed with how the bundle has worked. So thank you ever so much for joining me for this week. I hope you like the cards as much as I have, and I hope to catch up with you next week. Have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you all soon. Take care, everybody. Lots of love. Bye.